Good evening, everyone. You're welcome. In this presentation, I will make a critical analysis of the results obtained from the research project that we had been working on during this period of time during the proposed research test. Results of the test. The first question. According to the answers, 83% of respondents answered affirmatively that teachers are responsible for providing the necessary motivation for students to learn the English language, while 70% of respondents answered that teachers do not have this responsibility. We can see that the majority of respondents say that teachers are responsible for providing motivation for their students, but others believe that the responsibility is not only on teachers, but also on students. That is, they must do their part to learn English and not be conformists in not that they go beyond what they had learned. Results of the second question. We can conclude that 67% of the respondents agreed that the methods and strategies used by teachers are those indicate for students to learn and acquire English effectively, while 33% consider that the strategies that used by teachers are not appropriate and it would be nice if they implement better learning methods and strategies when teaching a foreign language. The analysis given by the respondents makes us understand that teachers do not use the correct strategies and methods for teaching English. That is why it is the reason why many students find it difficult to acquire the English language, and that is why they take the decision not wanting to learn more. Results of the third question. We can conclude that 83% of respondents agree that with the implementation of ICT tools, students receive support in their teaching and a boost in their learning of the English language, while 70% of respondents don't agree that the ICT tools give no input to aid in the teaching of the students. Analyzing these results, we can realize that the majority of the respondents agree that if ICT are implemented in the classrooms, the teaching and learning of English to students would be much better and more effectively, achieving faster but more effectively learning cash. Above all, technology provides a lot of information for students to acquire knowledge and tools to help them develop their abilities and skills. Results of the fourth question. Analyzing the different options, we can conclude that 67% of respondents say that the teacher is the main responsible for providing teaching and learning to students, while 70% of respondents say that responsibility does not only depend on the teacher, if not also from the students. That is, they must also do their part to make better progress in their academic training. However, the other 70% say that teachers only teach the theory and students do the rest. Analyzing the results, opinions are divided. Most of the respondents say that teachers are the main responsible for teaching English to students, while the other respondents say that the responsibility is divided between the teacher and the students more than nothing. Of students because they cannot just stay with the teachers teaching but must go further and acquire more knowledge and practice their language skills more when learning the English language. The fifth question. In this case, the results are divided among the respondents. 50% of them say that the language skill with which students have the most difficulty is speaking. On the other hand, 42% of those surveyed surveyed say that the language skill that students have the most difficulty is listening, and 8% say that speaking is the one that has the most difficulty in learning English. According to the results of the survey, the majority say that the linguistic ability that students have the most difficulty is listening to speak. Second, the reason is the student do not put their skills into practice. That is why it is very difficult today. Results of the sixth question. We can conclude that 83% of the respondents agree that students can prepare much better independently. That is, they not only solely for the teaching provided by the teacher but also want more and then seek more knowledge and prepare much better. On the other hand, 70% of those surveyed say that students can learn independently since at this time there are not many aids to study such as ICT. Most agree that students can study independently and that this will help the to reinforce their knowledge and develop their language skill much better so that they can have a better command of English. Results of the seventh question. In conclusion, 67% of the respondents say that the evaluate method is not the only method that can be used to find the results of students' progress, while 70% say that the evaluate method is the most reliable method that helps the teachers to analyze the knowledge, abilities, and skills of their students. Half of the respondents say that the assessment method is not the only or that can be used to assess student progress, while the other half of the students respondents say that there are other methods that teachers can use to see the results of the student progress, students in class. Results of the eighth question. In conclusion, 67% of those surveyed affirm that the reason why the students lose interest in learning English is that the teaching given by the teachers is insufficient and does not provide what is necessary to learn the English language, while 70% of those surveyed say that they lose interest in teaching because there is no support teaching, that is, they do not have that person to help them see if they are progressing well or if they should improve. We can affirm that lack of currently in the classes. By not using other strategies and methods, teachers have this problem that most of their students are discouraged from learning English more than anything else because there is no such support or accompaniment teacher to help them in their learning. Results of the ninth question. In conclusion, all respondents agreed that if they were teachers, they would take measures to improve the teaching learning. Our students saw that students can receive a more effective teaching of the teaching English language so that they maintain motivation and interest in learning this second language. All respondents agreed to take measures to improve the teaching English. Our students with the prepares of ending this problem that is occurring in the classrooms. That allows the student to be more protagonist and that weakens their interest in learning the English language. Results of the 10th question. In conclusion, 100% of the respondents agreed that in providing the necessary confidence to their students, several things can be seen in them. For example, that they are more participatory in the class, that they remain motivated to learn English, and that they have good progress. In short, Giving students confidence in their learning is essential not only in learning a language but also in what is being taught in class. All agree that providing the students with the necessary confidence is essential in teaching because they can be more participatory, suffer in the class, and this is beneficial because students had a lot of potential, and that is something that teachers should take advantage of to that the students has better progress. Results of the 11th question. In conclusion, 100% of respondents agreed to use more effective strategies to provide students with more effective teaching for the teaching and acquisition of learning. Everyone agrees with the use of other strategies in order to promote student learning even more when it comes to teaching a second language such as English, that it is necessary to use strategies and methods to congratulate them on teaching and also to develop your skills and knowledge. Results of the 12th question. In conclusion, 100% of the respondents agreed that students should learn independently since they should not conform to the teachings that the teacher provides in class. So, it is necessary for students to do their part in their learning and acquisition of learning English. Everyone agrees that students should learn independently because they should not simply for only the teachings given by the teacher in the class. When it comes to learning a language like English, it is necessary to prepare much more to be able to enrich the knowledge and develop much more their linguistic skill, and likewise they will not present so many difficulties when the teacher puts them to the test. Okay, in the conclusion, in this research project, an independent, in-depth analysis has been carried out of the problems that arise in the classrooms with the students and how most of them are disinterested in learning English, and thence of the different answers of the survey from the respondents, we can say that teachers have a lot of responsibility that the students has an interest in learning English. Since it is how is the change of giving the strategies and teaching methods for them in their learning, and when analyzing the results of the survey, teachers should evaluate themselves with their work. What is suggested in that they make change in their work. For example, in their strategies, methods, recurses, and materials, especially when teaching a second language such as English. If these changes are applied in teaching learning, teachers will see totally different and very promising results in students. For example, how are more participatory, would have more confidence in the class, would add more creative, and would arouse interest in learning English. In addition, we must take measures about the students how do not have the opportunity to study English because they don't have the resource and the means to do so. So it is necessary to use strategies and methods to facilitate teaching to these students will have this difficulty because everyone should be with the same equally out conditions in the study and this research project will allow us to find those solutions. Okay, everyone, thank you so much for your attention.